Hey, Simple Block here. I've got a cool video for you today. It's going to be referring to something that is called the long staking on the XPR network. And I think a lot of people who are new to the space, or maybe who've been in the space but didn't take time to research it, don't actually know about this feature. It is pretty revolutionary, and I think you'll gain a lot if you just watch this video to the very end and understand how it works. It's quite simple, it's going to be a nice and short video, but you will walk away from this with a lot of knowledge and potential upside if you finish it. Without further ado, let's get into what is long staking. So you probably are familiar with staking your XPR. If you go to your WebAuth wallet, you've got something like an interface, something like this. You can go into your XPR, you can press stake, you can decide how much you want to stake, continue, vote for 4 block producers of your choice. We are a block producer, Simple Block, so if you do vote, please vote for us, because it does help us to create this kind of videos and get more people to learn and know about the XPR ecosystem. But you vote for your 4 producers, you click on finish, you need to continue and use the password manager. If you're on your phone, you just use your fingerprint or your face recognition, whatever. Staking is done, that's it. Now, what does it actually give you? If we go into the XPR Explorer and go into your wallet, you'll be able to see the short stake and long stake XPR. Under short stake, you can see that the variable APR is 4.37%. So it does changes and fluctuates. However, this is roughly what you're getting as you stake your XPR tokens. You can then go ahead and claim your rewards by claiming your rewards, and it just goes through the process, and you can sign up with your phone. I'm doing it on a desktop because it's easier. You can do this on the phone as well. It just needs to be through the Explorer as well. So you can't do it through the WebAuth application, which I think would be great to add because a lot of people don't know about long staking. Long staking is here. So if you click on this, you will see that staking plans currently available is 90 days and 365 days, so 1 year. As you can see, it says return versus BTC. So reference price of Bitcoin is here in sats, divided by XPR. Unlock date is such. Minimum XPR is 100, and you can select, or you can type in the amount that you want to, and then carry on and say long stake. But I guess you're asking me, hey, Simple Block, why would I ever long stake my XPR? And what are the difference between a short stake and a long stake? Well, difference number one is when you long stake, you're locking up your tokens until the date they unstake. So if you short stake your XPR, you can take it out any point of time. So when we had those massive drops in prices and people panicked, you could have just taken out your XPR. It took 24 hours for it to unlock, and then you just sold off at the bottom level prices. Fantastic. If you are long staking your XPR, you cannot get your XPR until the unlock date, and that's the biggest difference. So you cannot take your money out no matter the market volatility. Even if the world is going to an end, you cannot take your XPR out. Now, it does carry some risks with it, of course, because you don't have access to your tokens, but the upside is actually phenomenal. So check this out. If you stake your XPR in a long stake, there are 2 outcomes that will happen at the end of that term. The Bitcoin price, so Bitcoins versus XPR price, if the Bitcoin outperforms XPR, you will get that upside. Okay, let me tell you that again. If the Bitcoin outperforms the growth of XPR tokens, you will get that upside, which means you will get that even if the XPR token goes down in value and Bitcoin goes up, you will get that difference paid out to you in XPR tokens, which means you can have it's the hedge of the Bitcoin versus the altcoin market. And if you watched my video before this, you know that the altcoins do best in times of quantitative easing. Right now, we're going through quantitative tightening, so Bitcoin tends to outperform all the altcoins, or majority at least. So if you want to hold your XPR, but you want the upside that potentially Bitcoin is going to do better in the next 6 months, let's say, You can just stake your XPR for 90 days, lock it up, and get that upside of the Bitcoin. If the Bitcoin does not outperform XPR, you still get your XPR back, and you've got your tokens that outperform the market. So there is no really loss situation in this case, because if the Bitcoin goes up, you get that profit. If the XPR goes up, well, your tokens just went up. It is kind of a win-win situation. Now, if you're brave enough to lock your XPR for 365 days, look, a portion of it, potentially, I wouldn't argue with that. But for 90 days, which is 3 months, look, most people I know, when they invest in XPR, you see the potential that they have with the banking industry. You see the work that is being put in right now to build up the future in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years, or even longer. So I don't actually think that any of these options are a bad idea, especially when you can hedge the market with a Bitcoin performance over the XPR. You don't have to stake all of your XPR either. You can just stake 50% or 75%, whichever you are comfortable. And it's going to depend to you how much you hold and how much you're willing to risk it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly have a go at staking our XPR tokens for 90 days, which is here, reference price, unlock date 14th of July. We're going to put in 25%, long stake it. I'm going to go ahead and sign in manually on my phone, which you just go through and approve the transaction. Fantastic. You have now successfully staked your APR. You've got your price, stake XPR, and the payout that it will be at the end, and payout in USD value. You can track this. You can't get your tokens before the price. And don't forget, even though I've done all of this, please make sure you go through to Votes tab and you find us, which you'll find us here on the 34th place, maybe, hopefully different when you're watching this video. We would really love to get to the top 21, of course, because we want to be producing blocks just like EOS, Dublin, WoW. That does help us to create more content, get more information out to people in the community, get more people educated about XPR network and what it is going to do for the banking industry, for the American industry in general. Super excited to be here with you guys. I'll see you next time.